U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has made an unannounced visit to Iraq for talks on the future of neighboring Syria. Blinken visited the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad and said he spoke to Sudani about the situation in Syria. Blinken is touring the region in the wake of the swift collapse of Bashar al-Assad's government in the face of an advance by Syrian opposition factions.
It does so in a way that, of course, protects all of the minorities in Syria, that produces an inclusive...
The Red Cross has announced the opening of 2 new telephone hotlines aimed at reuniting Syrians who have been missing for years with their families. However, the Red Cross warned that many cases could take months or even years to resolve. Spokesperson for Jennifer Fenton, the UN Special Envoy for Syria, stated that numerous challenges remain in stabilizing Syria. She also mentioned that Pedersen planned to travel to Jordan and meet with Arab foreign ministers over the weekend. Egypt and the League of Arab States have condemned Israel's incursion into the buffer zone with Syria. At Egypt's initiative, the League of Arab States convened on December 12th to address Israel's occupation of additional Syrian territory in the Golan Heights. The resolution condemned Israel's incursions into the buffer zone and other areas, reaffirming the Golan Heights as Syrian land. It called on the international community to enforce Security Council Resolution 497, which demands Israel's withdrawal, and urged the Arab group in New York to push for a Security Council session to address Israel's action. Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati and his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi have agreed that both nations should promote peace and negotiations to achieve stability in the Middle East. The two sides discussed regional and international issues with a focus on the Palestinian conflict. They also addressed Syria, where Egypt rejected Israeli violations of Syrian sovereignty. Both ministers emphasized the importance of strengthening cooperation, upholding the UN Charter, and reforming global institutions to better represent developing countries.
包容性的政治进程，防止恐怖和极端势力趁机。
President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, has stated that the Commission increased its humanitarian funding to more than 160 million euros. The European Commission has launched a humanitarian air bridge for Syria, delivering 50 tons of health supplies from Dubai to Adana, Turkey, and 46 tons of health, education and shelter items from Denmark to UNICEF and the WHO. An additional 4 million euros has been mobilized, bringing total humanitarian support to 163 million euros in 2024. UN spokesperson Stefan Djuric has said United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres is deeply concerned about the recent and extensive violations of Syria's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Djuric told reporters that the Secretary General is particularly concerned about the hundreds of Israeli airstrikes on multiple locations in Syria, stressing the urgent need to de-escalate violence on all fronts across the country.
Calls on the parties to the agreement to uphold their obligations under this instrument, including by ending all unauthorized...
Israel has ordered troops to prepare to stay on Mount Hermon throughout the winter within a buffer zone that has existed for decades along the border with Syria. Israel has stated that its deployment to the buffer zone is temporary, but concerns have grown over what United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres described on Thursday as extensive violations of Syria's sovereignty and territorial integrity, urging Israeli forces to withdraw from the buffer zone.